Today we're going to present the first case study, which is of Afghanistan. Which theory of international relations explains what is happening in Afghanistan? Realism or liberalism? The theory that could explain what is happening in Afghanistan is the realism, but not in a so accurate way, because the Taliban, as the fear that rules nowadays in the country, has more of a religious point of view than a government interest. But on the other hand, the United States of America has a realism position because it was no more of their interest to keep their troops and money in Afghanistan because it cost a lot of money. This reflects one of the points in a better way, which is all states compete among themselves for power or to maximize their interest. You can trust no one. Afghanistan trusted the United States with protection and for the population. But when the country passes to be no more of their interest, they just leave it behind.
Do we need a new theory to explain what is happening in Afghanistan? If so, what would you propose? We don't need a new theory to explain what is happening in Afghanistan since the Taliban had already ruled the country for 5 years before they were ousted in 2001 by US-led forces. And by them gaining power over the country again after all these years is a clear example of the constant power they seek and the principle of dominance by which realism is based. Because of the sudden change in power of the country, the possibility of a new theory of international relations can't happen because since the Taliban is not changing how they are ruling Afghanistan.
Why do you think people desperately want to leave the country? People want to desperately leave the country because now Afghanistan is under the control of the Taliban, a fundamentalist group. With this, they will experience new challenges like extreme poverty, no education, and according to the Afghan Ministry of Education, 82% or so who want to pursue higher education cannot attend college or university in Afghanistan. Also, they will experience violence, lack of healthcare, sexual harassment against women, torture, no liberty, and the chance of a civil war. Overall, a lot of human rights are being violated.
As the Foreign Affairs Minister of Mexico, how will you interact with the new Taliban government? As the Chancellor of Mexico, I do not plan to have any interaction with the Taliban government. Mexico respects their belief, but we don't follow or use them to govern. That is why we believe that the action taken by the Taliban should disappear, because we don't have any dependence on Afghanistan, unless it is a matter of great importance or a trade that can only be possible with the new Taliban government. We would like to be able to help the citizens to have a better economic and social life. We are also going to offer help to refugees because we are very concerned about the women and children of their country.
What about women's rights? Under the Taliban regime, women are banned for some of their rights. In 1990, Afghanistan established Sharia law, which means that the government won't provide women an education nor workforce. They can go out without a man, can't show any skin, or get medical assistance coming from a man. This is obviously something that should change. Everyone should have the rights, and no one should depend on another person in order to live their lives. There cannot be true peace and recovery in Afghanistan without a restoration of the rights of women, as Kofi Annan, UN Secretary, cites. However, there have been some advances. Between 2003 and 2009, women's rights were protected and they adopted the elimination of violence against women. This doesn't mean that women's rights are fully respected. In actuality, the Taliban regime stated that they vow to respect women's rights despite the history of oppression. They have encouraged education and work for women. Based on the past, I think that women shouldn't believe in their current government until they can notice some crucial differences.